I'm continuing Final Fantasy XIV. And let's see, where is the next? Okay, it's time to go back to Revenant Store. So... there is Alisa, Alfinor's sister. The obvious solution. Aha. The interminable wait for news from Gridania seems to be taking its toll on Alisa. There is a new orchestration role as a reward. Silverian, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged, meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before call. Communication from Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course, our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word on Grenania. The Council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course, as of its last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Sergia doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I'm told the city Carmod has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. Wise decision. The more minds we will have working on this, the better. Well then, our success will leave the rising stones in Tatarus capable of hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Okay, New Gridania or Old Gridania will be the next location. Aha, the automat. There is something happening on the background. But this is actually shaking. Oh, visit the...
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eorzea.
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course, and set my jaw till I made port. Though, it would perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
Hungry.
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Good man, are you all right?
Or it might be still better to eat something.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Waking sounds, now I remember. Time to go back to the waking sounds. Aha, okay, this was what happened in the waking sounds. But our destination is Old Crichton. I still check, was there something written down to the journal? After receiving a timely message via link bell, Alicia informs you that the Alliance Council will soon be reconvening in Crichton. Make your way Novice Altar and announce your arrival to the Silent Conjurer. So it's oh, I actually can use return now because it's my home location. Just a moment until I'm going. Yeah, I think this will be also nice. We need to go all grid. Okay, silent clear. Welcome, a warrior of light, this way, if you please. Okay. All the leaders present.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Yes, sir. A Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
How to get near?
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
Who is he?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
From Empire. Enemies. Enemy. This is very special moment. Visitor
Who
from
is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega. I remember that thing from Final Fantasy XIV, but it might be different here.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Okay, so this is the creator, also creator of Ultimate Weapon, which we have so many times fought against. So this is really special.
I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
This is a really special moment.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
We need to try.
He makes me grind my teeth is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
This is really interesting.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Let's check how this was marked. As the Council debates how to best combat the incalculable threat contained within the coconut of light, an unexpected figure seizes his moment to take the stage. Nero Tol Skyva, the disgraced Imperial engineer, proceeds to proffer what might kindly be termed bold solution to the problem, and is duly induced by the Cid. The Alliance leader, however, are not quick to dismiss the man's proposal. Anything being preferable to another calamity, they gradually agree to send a contingent to awaken the infamous Allagan weapon known as Omega. Trouble Alfinor for his thoughts on his surprising turn of events. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero changed to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Okay, orchestration spell. Greater Obeisance. What is here? Oh, something unknown. Alfinor is eager to join Cid and the others. Cid and others are assembling at the airship landing. Alisa is already on her way, and it wouldn't lag too far behind. Let us be off. One more then. Maybe I visit the old location. It here. Place where training started. What do we have here? Aha, there is something from our old guild master. The place where I started my conjurer training. One more night in Amdapor. Brother Izumi Jan requires your assistance in a matter he thought long since put to rest. This might do something with conjurer and fight mates. Full glad I'm your presence, Silverian. The Twelfthwood has need of your potent arts once more. Following your deeds in the lost city of Amdapor, we had thought the darkness lifted, its haunted wall freed from nightmare. Thus did we enter the ruins, the elements at our side, intent upon returning that decaying edifice to the forest, only for our immortal companion to withdraw without warning. From the agitated whispering we later gleaned that an entity of daunting power yet lingers within the walls of the city. And until this being is put down, the elementals appear loath to return. I pray you visit Raya Osanna, where she waits at the Camp Tranquil, and answer her plea for assistance. I check. So it seems that there are now possibility to do white mage. The worried brother Izumi Yan reveals the stirring of hostile presence within the walls of lost city of Amdapor has prompted the Twelfthwood elementals to abandon their efforts to cleanse the ruins, travel to Camp Tranquil, the South Stroud, and answer Raya Senna plea for assistance. Camp Tranquil. Okay, so let's go Camp Tranquil. So I was wondering where will be the next white mage training, and it seems that this might be one. Usually when you get levels you have get chance to learn new spells. It has been so long ago when I last was here. It has been very months ago. I used to learn many spells and training sessions here. Maybe try what they are saying. Monocles. I would keep my bomb and tail to stand before they lose Strostovakan. And yet now I stand before you, which, as I've heard from Rayo, is the next best thing, Kupo. Puknikpak. Rava might be more affable than her brother, but she is not the spout words of idle flattery. Can I speak from experience? Yes, you have proven yourself a worthy white mage indeed, Kupo. Master Atova's successor is come. To no other word I entrust this task. Let your father, I don't doubt your success in expurgating the darkness which took root in the ruins before. The heart of the evil was excised without question, but it would seem that some other power lay dormant beneath the stones, all the while its presence invisible to our senses. Plain, however, that power is now very much awake. The elementals panic attests to that. Quieting them will be no small task. While my fellows and I endeavor to persuade the elementals to rejoin us, I would have you venture into the city once more, find the source of this new disturbance, and do what must be done. The wood dweller Alfenir yet stand guard at the gate. I dare say he hasn't forgotten you. Ask, and he will let you pass. Okay, I'll check a little more the details. Rajaosena bids you delve more in the lost city of Amdapor. I probably have been twice there, and punish the entity that has so unsettled to 12 food eternal protectors. Speak with Wood's dweller Alfenir, who stand guard at the ruin's entrance. So we need to go a little bit back. Maybe I take some kind of flying thing. Where is Torgal? Okay, let's go with Torgal this time. When I heard about this new trouble in the lost city, I thought you might be back. Not one to leave a job half finished. Where you step in there, aught fit to frighten an elemental is not to be taken lightly, be you favored of the seers or not. The lost. Okay, this will be hard. Okay, is it Tansanova trial? Let's see. This is Heaven's Bar and Dungeons. Then what about . safety. It must be this. The low safety of Amdapor hard. And I check that. I think. And okay, this belongs to Heaven's Food. I check Realm Reborn because this sounds so familiar. So I have been here in Realm Reborn. And I have been second time here in Realm Reborn. So this is kind of my third time. And okay, this is the right one. And okay, this is dungeon. And I just wonder. Okay, it's very small team. 4. Maybe I check while I'm waiting. Following the defeat of Diabolos, the unnatural, pale choking the crumbling city of Amdapor was lifted and tranquility restored to the first foot or so it had seemed when the heavens entered the ruins. However, they have scarce begun consigning the stones of the forest. And the elemental allies fled in sudden panic, but the spirits agitated whispered did the seers learn that daunting and hostile presence yet lingered with Amdapor's mouldering walls. Unable to complete their ritual of cleansing, once more had the Pythals called upon your aid. Once more you delve deep in the side of city's husk and purchase withered hard on unknown evil. Group. Okay, everyone. He's running too fast, probably. It appeared so many times. I think he put it down something like 3 times at least. Everyone already was left, so I check what was okay. So this was part of the white mage training. It has been a long time when I last did one of these white mages. So let's check details. What about then? A report to Raya or Senna at Camp Tranquil. So we need to go back to the previous point. So this is something like many moons ago when I trained my white mage different and various spells. Morning time. I will check. Was there any mender kind? Always good thing to encampment armorer. Cannot. Okay, here. Repair care. There is always something to repair and fix after heavy battles. Okay, Esumiya, long time ago. You are returned from your expedition into the Lost City. That is well. We for our part have at last succeeded in easing the elementals' disquiet. But tell us, Silverian, what was the nature of hostile presence that so unsettled them? Extraordinary. I was all but certain that some seed of darkness had survived. I couldn't have been more wrong. I certainly didn't expect inscrolled statues. Creation of Amdapor magic, I imagine. Are they statues? I would appear so. They likely began to stir when that feed was awoken by the weakening seal, yet that doesn't explain why the elementals would have cause to fear these ancient sentinels. It seems the safe assume that Amdapor built them to repel the armies of Maha. Were I to hazard quest, I would say that the passing of the years has dulled the statue's senses, and that they mistook our friends for ethereal beings of different order, for descent of the kind employed by the Mahati. Maki, the elemental's arrival would have seemed like an invasion. That would explain much, yes. Would send monstrosities and undying guardians of stone. The word of Maki must have been conflict of truly terrifying proportions. It is well that these ancient relics have last been laid to rest. If the city's defenses thus disabled, we were safely returned to our task of cleansing the ruins. You have our deepest gratitude, Silverian. And I check, do we need to... Okay, it seems that this time it was kind of helping. I'm glad that we were able to find Istola. If truth be told, it's a miracle that she survived after being adrift in the live stream and for so long. And thanks to you and Esiva, the taint threatens the Fellsful no more. And Ron has taken a step forward, self-betterment. Well, as his elder, I cannot allow myself to be outdone. You may hold me to these words, Silverian. Okay, I just asked you. As you know, Esiva is joining with Arun. For the present, all is set at peace, and they are keeping to the 12th food. But if threats should arise outside the forest, they will not hesitate to go and confront it. I have the highest of hopes for 2 of them. As for myself, I have gone to meet Alka, though she still has ways to go. Ere she is ready to face the world again, she is beginning to open up to me. For my part, I shall continue reaching out to her. A curious question from one who was born witness to the tragedy of Amdapor with his own eyes. What is white magic indeed? Very well, I shall give you my answer, that you might judge for yourself how it compares to your own. The art now known as white magic dates back to the 5th astral era. It was then that brilliant young sorceress, for the first time in history, succeeded in channeling not merely her own life energy, but the ether that inhabits the very land itself. Her white magic was that of destruction, black magic. The people of Amdapor felt this power was too great to be allowed to go unchecked. So it was that the white magic, the magic healing and solace was born. So it was the forces of magic were brought in equilibrium, and civilization flourished, but this era of peace and prosperity would prove short-lived. War broke out and the realm was thrown in chaos. The war of Maki, to rain death and destruction on their foes, mages summoned for greater and greater powers. The war raged on until the ether died, and the land itself could bear the burdens no longer. So did hubris of Maki bring forth the 6th umbral era, and with its mighty flood that swept away entire civilization, leaving naught but ruin and suffering in its wake. The survivors, what of you there were, branded together, owning never again to repeat their mistake. White and black magic were declared forbidden arts, never to be practiced again. The elementals of forest, knowing that men couldn't be trusted to keep such spells, took action and spell. The spellswood grew, swallowing the ruins of Amdapor, and the power of white magic was sealed away deep in the forest, far from the reach of mortals. Ages passed until the 5 centuries ago, the elementals at long last welcomed people back in the forest. So the nation of Gridania was founded, and my people, the Padia, came into being to serve as mediators between elementals and those who would reside in their forest home. It is from the elemental themselves that we inherited white magic. So there are sources of how the healers. Okay, nice mount. And I think it's time to return back to New Gridania. And I maybe again check our old training school. If our guild master has anything else. So sometimes when you do those special guild quests, you might get new spells. Now I remember. I always come here, and then I remember that I need to go Old Gridania. What is this unicorn power? This quest is not yet available. Required class. This is only possible if you are conjurer. I'm already white mage. To me it somehow means going back. And I think just short break. again back. So it seems that Guildmaster didn't have any other quest, so let's go back. I check what is this. This quest is not yet available. This requires Dawn Trail level 80. Hard requirements. Okay, actually we could go this way. We need to go back to New Gridania. Okay. Again. Navigation. I remember we go to the very first location where I started actually Final Fantasy XIV. This will be always the starting location. I just talking with him. Mihama never listens to me. I have told her countless times not to venture outside without her parents' permissions, yet she never bothers to ask them. Praha always treats me like a child. Fear drives me up the wall. Okay, let's talk about Shadows. Where is everyone? Silveri and Alfinor ready to go. The owners have stepped out on the landing for a moment. Testio Wander Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before the boarding. And you let him, despite his very timely offer of assistance. The thought of that man walking about the workings of the ship without proper supervision doesn't fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alfinor. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her side. She and Yugiri are well there are now. So Nero is under observation. Right, I think that as everyone, shall I set course for Caterno? Might ask that we delay our departure slightly. I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear the latest observation ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain clear understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, while Alfinor speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly to Excelsior over to Moderna, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Istola and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I'm able. Silverian, pray accompany Alistair back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safe knowing you are present to entertain our quest. Right, everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard Excelsior. I clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you are ready to leave. Hida. You are traveling with Master Garland, sir. The price Excelsior is right this way. Okay, Mordona. So we suddenly came here. I just checked this. Let's check what the others think. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. I don't care for that man. For the man of airship has no private captains, then again I suppose Garland had to find somewhat to stow his half-baked inventions. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? So okay, we didn't come directly to the destination. So we need to do a little bit advancing. I check how far away we are. Not actually not so far. And there are some kind of plus quest. Lot of quest. So many plus quests. I check others. I know Nero's quest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So any question to you is, do I offer him tea? Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on our new ally. One was created to capture Bahamut and the other to surpass him, which will prove the stronger, I wonder. We must be careful, old friend. The walking weapon of Allak were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands it would be bad. Empire.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Boil Master.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us his time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Okay, there comes the unknown West. who appeared
Good
in
God, that
waiting
voice could
cell.
fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Urianger.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid.
Urianger.
Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
Obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You get it. You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Silverian Fate, could I speak to you for a moment? Tataru, do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit. In my spare time, I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left here. Okay, new outfit from Tataru, the cloth maker. You can try it on right now if you like. I'm very... how does it look like? Okay, this is really interesting. Tataru's work. Oh, I feel like Mandeville. some this looks like a bit Marvel stuff. Assuming measured correctly, the width should be just right, snug but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So how does it feel? You are not saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the warrior flight is it. Well, it just makes the practice worthwhile. I also shoot a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. Blood pearl. Oh, the Greater Obeisance. So we got some kind of extra clothes. Scion Adventure Monocle, Scion Adventure Jacket, Scion Adventure Bottoms, Scion Adventure Boots. Oh, I didn't realize that we could get totally new suit as a reward. Is 5000 conjurer experience. I really need to. This is something that I need to check. And I need to make its own. Okay, there is Science Advance. Everything seems to be Science Advance. Okay, this is the next suit. Did I miss? Okay, I check once more. This might... Okay, it's not that one. Okay, they are not. I need to check that one. Okay. Face fair. Enable. This feature is yet to be. Aha, so there may be something which goes to that new expansion. And I check again how many there were. Many things there were. Okay, there is first Monocle jacket, second thing bottoms, third boots, 4. Okay, so there were actually four different key items belong to this set. And if you always, when you get new kind of things, you can select key set list, and then there should be create a new key set, and okay, so this is new key set. Okay, when battle starts we need to change, but let's go while we are still here. Fly free, my pretty. And it seems that there are, as a reward, there are 2 orchestration roles. Very long name for orchestration spell. He who continues the attack. Imperial Well Orchestration. Okay, let's go. Now we have new suit. So we have to wake Omega upright. When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes, I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well, I will remain here and continue to coordinate our efforts with the Alliance. Alfinord, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Isotola and Kryl. A fine succession. The rest of us will form Gardener Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Silver and Ida and our domain friends take care of security. Surprising quest. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Okay, that new suit was very surprising. I didn't... It was total surprise. Just look, and now we are again heading back. So usually these celebrating souls, they have very weak armor and very weak defense. So currently I have average item level 179, So I need to go back. It's usually a little bit remembering where is the last one. Okay, it's not this. Okay, this looks like 262. I check one thing. Actually, it seems that you can see a number means some kind of item level also. So this has the highest. Okay, 262. So the last number actually means also what is the item level when you select the kiosk. Maybe we need to... Let's take Monocle, something a little bit different. Kosetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Simon Omega soon. I will see you rise again. Okay, doesn't sound good. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine, trust me. And a seed. We haven't fought Go with any luck. We'll be in Carteno before Kosetsu crazes the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had the best be on our guard, given that Elina Royal was still active when Omega was discovered. We can be sure that the Empire has long been faithful of its existence, and if Nero deemed its obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Karl might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we are flying the fight. Okay, and it seems so. Level 60.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Are those Empire or...
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
For the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Sid goes after him. And it seems that we will face Empire.
Samurai of Doma, you will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Eager to face Empire. I just wonder what kind of trigger is hidden. There are small ones.
The defense is nothing.
To strike!
I take if there are other.
Leave this to me.
What happened? Surrender, we have you outnumbered. Okay, there are more forces. Wouldn't be first time. So I wonder, are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my tools, but only if you promise to give it back. Nero is giving some kind of services. And what is his toy? This sounds very familiar. I wonder if we need to ride with this one. Behold, the Red Baron. Now ain't this nonsense. This sounds very familiar, but no one thought they have magic armor for far for the Empire. Use Empire's own toys against Empire. The ownerless car thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he says stay fate. Pray attend to the rest of the minions. I wonder how you fight this time. Are there any special? High-powered magic. Magic cannon.
This one'll sting. Leave this to me.
Is my right to strike?
Hold the street. This is a little bit learning curve with the new toy. So I think the target selection was not so clear.
Now where was that? I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer?
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
So there seems to be different weapons for different mean attacks. high power up. Magic cannon.
No retreat. No surrender.
It's my right to strike!
This one will sting. Leave this to me.
We challenge you!
No retreat. No surrender.
I like to strike!
Leave this to me.
It's all over now.
Look upon a samurai of combat!
This is a little bit confusing. It seems that high powered is good for those big ones. I try once more with the tough one. But I think targeting system is not so clear. When you use cannon, you cannot actually notice any hits.
Now, where was that? Ah!
I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
For the scout.
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Connection was wrong. It seems that we need to again.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes, but how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Okay, now comes the tough part. New tool. let's see, where is the cannon? Cannon is the left one. We finally got to the...
This one'll sting.
Okay, now ordinary battle again. I noticed that by moving is best way to heal when you are using that tool. He's running away. Oh, it was tough fun. And he's special with the Empire tool. A little bit learning curve. I think the cannon was not so... targeting system was not so easy to see when you hit.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
AI.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's War. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Is there any other way?
I suppose not. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
X. X to activate.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Omega is activating.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Fighting against Primal. Bahamut. Reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV. Huge explosion. Oh.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
What was... What does
Omega
this...
destroyed the cocoon.
Aha. It succeeded.
Papalilo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Speak with Seed. I just check what do we have. We have huge set of panels here. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Okay, back to Gridania. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened to ourselves and soon. Okay, complete. I check what. Okay, so this was done. So I think, okay, this might be good part of it. I actually do now. I return to apartment. Okay, from a long time again here. I just checked, do I have anything special illuminated? This is outdooring. Missile coral armband float of coral bestowed. This is using special quest. There are now so many. I use these orchestration spells, so they are added to the orchestration machine. I check, was there anything here? Choco. Okay, this is also meal. And also meal. Okay, I'll check, was there any? Okay, here you could buy. Here we have our mend. So we are able to repair our items. I check, can I? There is this select care to sell, select care to display. At least you can check what you have sold. So I think this is good stopping point. It seems that there something odd happened with Omega, and they are not sure whether Omega is disabled or active. So there will be a little bit finding out what happened to Omega after fight with Cocoon. And I want to thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching.